This is Go-MMT Radio.
Go-MMT Radio. Headset Go.
Powered by Make My Trip, Go Ibibo and Redbus.
Wonder Women of Go-MMT.
हेलो एंड वेलकम टू अ ब्रांड न्यू एपिसोड ऑफ GO-MMT रेडियो। मेरा नाम है सोनू और आज हमारे एपिसोड में वी गोना हैव समवन वेरी स्पेशल। शी इज अ वंडर वुमन एंड ऑफ कोर्स उनके बारे में आप जानेंगे थोड़ी ही देर में। बट बिफोर दैट देयर आर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स दैट आई वांट टू शेयर विथ यू। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, you know that GO-MMT Radio is for you. तो अगर आपकी तरफ से किसी भी तरह का फीडबैक है then please you can email us headsetgo@go-mmt.com. Starting this week, we will be talking a bit about the HR policies. It's for you to know and something that we are very, very, passionate about. And that is the We Care Fund. Now, the objective of this is to provide financial support to team members and their immediate family members. Now, what are the specifications of this fund? First of all, you get soft loan for team members and family. You get financial support for child and spouse education. Also, you get support in medical treatment. Now, the benefits available to team members who are part of contributory fund. For details, you can refer to the document on Go Tripurvilla. Also, survivor support is another thing that all of you should be aware of. It is to provide inheritance of vested RSUs to the family of deceased team members. Now, in case of unforeseen demise of a team member, vested RSUs are made available to the nominee for selling the RSUs with applicable terms and conditions. Any kind of tax liability arising on RSU exercise to be borne by the nominee. For more details, you can reach out to your HRPP or HR operations team and they will revert back to you as soon as possible. And as I promised you, we have a Wonder Woman with us and her name is Sonal Shah. She is a holiday expert and she's based out of Mumbai. Sonal, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm really, really good. It's been a little bit chaotic with the rains in Mumbai, but now the sun is shining a bit and we are all good.
Nice. There's something about Mumbai, right? It's like people who don't live there are always curious about what this city is all about. So, Sonal, I want to know if you've been in Bombay for a really long time. Have you been born and brought up there?
Oh, yeah. I'm a true blue Mumbaiker.
Okay.
I have been born and brought up in Mumbai.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Mumbai is really an emotion. It's really got to do a lot about people and the emotions. It's not really the places or sightseeing because, we have friends coming in from London and things like that. And, we are at a loss because we don't know where to take them in Mumbai. So there's really not so much about sightseeing. It's more about people.
And also, of course, the experience and the vibe of the city. Sonal, tell us a bit about your journey with GO-MMT so far.
Okay, so basically I started working in the year 2014, which is when my kid was 5 years old.
Uh-huh.
I came to know about this opening, probably through a friend, and I just went for the heck of it because I wasn't really sure if I was taking up any job because of maternity and, the child being really young.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, the resume was pretty good and they thought that I was, the perfect fit. And I started working with them in the OBT department as a holiday expert. Mm-hmm. So at that point of time, I was selling, different smaller destinations like Singapore and Bali and things like that. So Make My Trip basically started in the year 2014. Post my kid was 5 years old. Yeah, that's how I started.
And Sonal, it's a very tricky thing what you do, calling oneself an expert requires a lot of experience. You guys are holiday experts और आजकल लोगों की जो expectations है from a holiday are very different, right? You have to cater to different kinds of people. So tell me, what are the 3 qualities that a holiday expert must have?
Okay, so basically product information, destination information, and basically the product and destination information is really important.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1. Number 2 is you really have to be calm and patient
Right.
and very professional with these clients, because most of the times they don't know what they want. And, they've never really traveled abroad. They don't know, what are the expectations. I mean, the expectation setting has to be done. So basically, a little bit of, and I think you have to be also putting your shoes in their place and think of them. I mean, think yourself as a traveler that they are. So, you have to make them feel comfortable, and, you have to basically be very friendly to them at some point.
You tell me, when did you decide to get actively involved in social work?
Right. So, Sonu, it was actually by providence that my whole journey with my NGO called Anybody Can Help started. So, in the year 2014, as I joined Make My Trip, I was very happy working flexi hours with them. And plus, I had a kid to raise, and, everything was just going on very smoothly. But at the end of the day, I did have a calling, and I knew that this is not it, because I know that I can devote some more time to a lot of other issues. So that was always playing in the back of my mind. In 2015, I remember in April, there was a sudden earthquake in Nepal, and that shook the whole world, because it was in a very bad state, and we were seeing the visuals, and people were dying, and it was a very difficult situation. So at that time, I told my husband that, listen, I think I want to do something about it. I don't know what, but let me figure out, So I started, I had a Twitter account then, and I've always been a very great Twitter enthusiast. So I started, tagging. I started writing to the airlines. I started tagging to everybody and, asking them, do you have any connects in Nepal? Do they need anything? And, how can we help? So eventually, it all ended up me connecting with a lot of people through internet, through Facebook and Twitter. And I eventually sent single-handedly in the year 2015, by October, we had sent 80,000 theplas. Now, theplas are something that, we Gujus eat. And for us, it is the most important food, because anywhere you travel, you are hungry, you're just eating thepla and you're good enough, So for us, it's a very, for being a Guju, it's a very, very normal thing that, thepla ka ke pet bharlo,
Right.
So at that time, because there was such a big tragedy and we did not have like a full ground team in place, I decided that we're going to give theplas. So, you'll not believe it. The whole of South Bombay has emptied their houses. Everybody has called me, connected with me. At a point, there were 1,000 theplas lying in my room, because, I just created a message. It went viral, and that's how people connected with me. People, they didn't know me. The shops in South Bombay got over. All of the theplas were sold out. Every day there were theplas being sent across. I spoke to SpiceJet. They were very happy to airlift my theplas. We had the team. The distribution was done effectively. Wow. And that's how it started. That was the first thing that happened. It was by providence, but I had the fire. I knew what I wanted to do. And luckily, soon enough, I think Make My Trip, the management at that time, they were very kind enough. And, I was even invited by the United Nations for, a special NGO meet, the annual NGO meet that happens. And, the leadership team was very kind enough to even sponsor my tickets and my stay in New York.
Wow.
So that's how it in the year 2015. So it's more parallel. So Make My Trip and Anybody Can Help has always been the two sides of the same coin, and I've been juggling it.
Absolutely. But, what is more inspiring is that you have actually made it happen, So I think what we can learn from this is how exactly do we convert our good intentions into good actions. And I think it's one small step at a time, and definitely each step matters.
I would just like to add, Sonu, that see what happens is everybody has intent, but they have circumstances that they can't really physically go out or pay so much to the money. But it's very important to just basically with your resources you can help. It's not always about money, right? So for example, like Sonu knows somebody in the radio, and then she'll say, okay, I have a friend and Anybody Can Help. And through the radio, then they have volunteers, they have connects, we have drives, we have tree plantation drives. So basically there are many things that come out through networking, through connects. So it's not always all about money. You just have to find the right people, just try to help in terms of connecting, and things just happen very beautifully.
Now you are somebody who's taking care of a home. You are also a holiday expert, and also you have a very active life outside of that, which is basically you are involved in lots of social work. So tell me, it's a huge thing to achieve, multitasking. How do you do it effectively? If you could share some tips with everyone who is tuned in.
So basically, the fact that Make My Trip has offered us a holiday expert role, which is basically very flexible in nature, that really helps. So when your employer is only kind of helping you out by giving you flexi timings, it does give you scope for a little bit of more work, right? So I would say most of my works are because of the fact that I'm working flexi hours with Make My Trip. Had it not been, I don't think I probably would be rotting in some office working 9 to 6 probably. But thank God that, for Make My Trip, and because of the flexi hours they have, right? So that is the first part. Flexi hours in terms of, the work culture.
Right.
Second is that, time management is very important. So, I'm an early riser. I also am a yoga lover. I've been doing BK Iyengar yoga since the past 20 years.
Oh, wow.
So, getting up early, getting into a bit of your yoga, doing your stretches, the asanas, the pranayams early in the morning, say by 5:36, really helps me start my day. So, exercise is, something that keeps me fit, and at the same time, meditation really helps. So, exercises in the morning is my first part of the day. The main working hours start from 10:30 in the morning, say to 4:35 is the maximum where, we are involved with our Make My Trip works. Post that, I do have time, which is say 1 or 2 hours. And, I don't have to really go on round for all the anybody can help activities. But most of it, works out during the evening, while I'm say either on a walk or I'm, talking to different people. And I save the weekends to go and do my recce's and, go and visit the hospitals and do my work. So I kind of balance it out by waking up early. I also sleep by say 11 o'clock, 11:30. And I kind of, try to give more time towards evening for the social work. The whole afternoon is for MMT works, and in the mornings, I do the exercises and meditation.
Oh, wow. And now it's time to know her a bit more through our rapid fire round. Sonal, are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
The rapid fire round.
Your first question, who do you text the most?
Currently, I'm sending messages to Roop and mainly Shivari from my HNI team.
Okay. Who is your hero?
I have to say Narendra Modi ji currently.
Right. Where did you go on your last vacation?
Oh, we just had an incredible vacation at Egypt.
Oh, lovely. What is your go-to pastime?
I love Twitter. You would find me on Twitter.
All the time?
No, not all the time. I basically, no, not all the time. I love Twitter. I love doing yoga. Otherwise, I'm busy planning my next holidays. I'm doing some research, something like that.
What was your favorite?
Work-related, travel-related.
Lovely, lovely. What was your favorite subject in school?
Geography.
Such a perfect fit, right?
Yes, absolutely.
What is that word you hate hearing?
Failure.
Oh, wow. What is that word you have hard time pronouncing?
So I just didn't get the spelling of a pediatrician, but otherwise I think I'm good.
Otherwise you're good and everything is good. And here's wishing you a great time at GO-MMT, wishing you more holidays, wishing you lots of time to do everything that you want to do. And thank you so much, Sonal, for talking to us.
Thank you, Sonu. Thank you.
And with that, it's a wrap on today's episode of GO-MMT Radio. Do let us know आपको आज का episode कैसा लगा. हमारा email है headsetgo@go-mmt.com. In fact, if you have any kind of feedback, feel free to email us. Up next, we have our lovely Go Tripper. And with that, it's time for me to say tada bye-bye. Until then, stay safe and be healthy. And this is me, Sonu, signing off.
कुत्ती मोहब्बत ने अंगड़ाई ली दिल का सौदा हुआ चांदनी रात में ओ तेरी नजरों ने कुछ ऐसा जादू किया लुट गए हम तो पहली मुलाकात में ओ आँखुट्ठी.
Hi, this is Sunita from B2B and Affiliates team and you are listening to GO-MMT Radio. Head, set, go!
To listen to your favorite GO-MMT radio from anywhere, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn and Instagram. Visit the GO-MMT radio page for daily updates and enjoy listening to your favorite radio channel.